All right, here we go again. We are at home against Juventus. We are, I think, a little bit above Juventus here in this league. We'll find out here in a second. They have a number of really good players, and so we better be really careful here. Yeah, we're third, they're fifth, both with 7 points after 4 matches. So we'll see if we can get back to winning ways. And this has been a really intense league. I still can't believe that Benfica are all the way at the bottom, considering how they played against us. So we start this off. Cha over to Chahid, and back to Fagan Walcott. And let's see if we can attack here. Chahid down to Messi. And Messi is fouled right away. That's a pretty fast yellow card. Not even 20 seconds into the match, they've come up with one. And fortunately, we don't get much out of that attack. It was Daniel James there winning the ball away just momentarily. And there's Fagan Walcott winning it. Messi over to Nketiah. Down to Messi again, and it's back to Mendes. Mendes back out there after a pretty poor match last time up. Messi over to Nketiah again. And he's offside. So that didn't quite work out as we wanted it to, and a few more seconds run off. They're going to be passing it around us. Messi ends up winning this, loses it, wins it back over to Nia. And it's forward for Nketiah, and it hits him in the back of the foot. He didn't know it was coming. He was offside anyway. It's forward, and are they going to get a shot off? James wins this back. That's why you need that speed. Cha over to Nketiah, and it's a good pass, I thought, by Cha Bunkwin, and Nketiah just not quite in the right place for it. It's a good idea, though. And that was Vladhovic, whose shot is, fortunately for us, wide and ends up behind the goal. James knocked that one over. I'm not sure if that was a corner, if he just had the ball in that position. Fagan Walcott over to Nets. Luca Nets back out there. Luca Nets was on the B team for a while. I was trying to loan him out. In fact, you may have seen those videos. Actually, I don't think they've come out yet. Anyway, you'll see them eventually. Trying to loan him out. Nobody would take him, and we kind of needed a little bit of help, so we put him back out there. Nia wins this over to Yashin, down to Fagan Walcott. Up to James. And James down to Messi. Messi, Chahid. Over to Nketiah, and his shot is deflected wide. Here's a corner. Nets takes it, looking for Mendes, can't find him. And Messi in the back. Look at him go with that speed. And he's won as a corner. So here is Nets again to take it. Lumps this forward and ends up with Cha Mendes to Nets. And it's deflected again for another corner. So we've won a whole bunch of corners. We're pretty good at doing that. If that's how we won the match, if we could get one to go in, that would work. Messi does not win this in the back this time around, and it's Nia who goes back and gets it. Nketiah, and that is deflected and grabbed by their keeper. So we watch them sort of pass the ball around in the back. If they keep doing this all game, that'll be pretty good for us. We can let them have possession if they just go between the keeper to the defenders. Chahid, and he gives up possession right away, then wins it back, but unfortunately we can't get another foot onto it. Mendes is beaten again. Yashin able to grab that. Mendes is beaten time and time again here in the back, and it's a little bit concerning. He was beaten. And I don't think it's a problem of him not being fast enough. I think it's just a problem of the other guy being a little bit faster, because there's so many great players in this league. Cha de Campagnaro, and Cha Bunkwin was offside. Here we go again. It's Ferrari who's speeding ahead of everybody else, and we have conceded a corner. That's why I say, I mean, you gotta be careful, because no matter how good the players that you have are, the other team probably has players who are somewhat better. The corner, fortunately, is up and over everyone's head, so it doesn't do any damage. We're about 15 minutes into this match. We're losing it in terms of XG. They hold on to it for a second. There's Messi with a 2-footed tackle. Campagnaro wins this. Cha forward for Nketiah. And he gets behind the defense, and they get back in time to force the corner. He's fast, and that's the reason why we have him. He's very, very fast, and he's young. This is great from Campagnaro, by the way. Does a wonderful job, and then once he gets his ball into this position, you expect him to be able to do something with it. But the Juventus defender is fast enough to get back and prevent that shot from reaching goal. Nets, looking for Mendez, can't find him. It ends up with James down there. Over to Nets again, over to Mendez. Back to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott walks up with it over to Mendez. And he decides to take a shot from nowhere for no reason. It'd be nice to hold on to the ball, but apparently we are not allowed to do that, and this is going to be offside. Vlahovic was offside, which is incredible because he ran all the way around to the other side of all the players to get to that ball afterwards, so I'm not quite sure what that was. James, back to Fagan Walcott. Shahid over to Nets. James. And was looking for Nketiah, but couldn't find him. The keeper was in the way. 20 minutes into this match, still no score. Fagan Walcott wins this. Down to Nia, Mendez, Shahid, over to Campagnaro. Lumped up to James. Back to Nets, lumps this forward, and we've won a corner. So it'll be Nets to take this one. He steps back and fires. Let's lose. Nketiah heads that over to Fagan Walcott. That hit 3 guys in the head, and we got a big shot off of that. I'm not sure how the physics work there. Shahid down to Nia, over to Messi. Messi forward to Nketiah, who's way offside. So I don't know how many times he's been caught for being offside in this match. You can tell that he has some work to do. Nia decides to go for the sliding tackle instead of marking the man. This is passed over to Nets, who goes to James. James back to Fagan Walcott, and we'll try this again. Shahid in the middle of the pitch, over to Nketiah. Fagan Walcott now to Shahid. Shahid down to Messi. Lumps this forward for James, and ends up Chabumquin can't quite get onto that. Campagnaro does, and he takes a shot that ends up going wide. So much for that. And here we go on the other side. We're trying to defend. Well, we'll just let them do that. About 30 minutes into this match. And they're just sort of keeping the ball here in midfield. We're not doing much to stop them. I thought we were trying to gegenpress. Instead, we're kind of stand there and watch. Ferrari over to Kalgaris, and it's Yashin who grabs this and keeps it from going over. That was a good play by him. James to Nets to Campagnaro, forward for Chabumquin. Messi is injured. Great. Chabumquin is taken down. Messi has been injured. He has been injured. And so now what do we do? Playing on the right side, and I think what we'll do is we'll put Cristiano Ronaldo in for the time being, and then we'll see what happens here in the second half, see if that doesn't help us out a little bit. So Messi joins the list of the wounded. Paredes' shot is off. That's going to be a problem, Messi down, because we're running out of guys to play on the... I believe we wanted them to play on the right wing. I have to go back and check my notes. Nets with this again over to Fagan Walcott. Shahid. Up to James. Nets ends up with this. Forward for James. And Parameter took that off, so that's out for a corner. Here comes Nets. And it was intended for Mendez, who saw that come up and then just ran away. So, yeah, that was not what we want to do with that corner. Nets with this over to Fagan Walcott. Shahid down to Ronaldo, and he loses it, and here they come. Yep. So Vlahovic here with the goal finally. This is another defensive breakdown by us. 3 men around him, and then nobody decides to mark Vlahovic, and it's Fagan Walcott, who probably ends up getting the blame for that. He's onside, I think. Yeah, he is. He's onside because this is Mendez once again making another mistake and trying to get out there. So Mendez, a little bit frustrating here. Chabum going over to Chahid, looking for Cristiano Ronaldo, and can't quite get it to him. And we're going to have to get in the back here and win this ball again. And instead, we lose it right away. So we are down at home 1-0 against Juventus. And this is a match that you feel that we should be able to win. And we just haven't looked like it at all. Yashin ended up grabbing this. We have men going down with injuries left and right. And we can't seem to get any momentum. Here comes Nets with this in the bag. We're looking for James and can't get it to him. And he was called for being offside anyway. Nets now throws over to Campagnaro. Back to Nets, over to James. Taken away from him. And Nia ends up heading this back towards Yashin. Going to be Yashin over to Nets now. James. Forward for Cha. And he was offside, apparently. Here comes Cristiano Ronaldo over to Nketiah. And he's been offside. I'm not sure how he was offside on that. That was a free kick. So he keeps getting bitten by the offside bug. Here comes Nets. Pass to James was awful. Fagan Walcott. Over to Cristiano Ronaldo. Chahid now to Nketiah, and there's Cha, but of course, Cha was way offside. No question about that one. And so we have reached halftime. We need to be better in a lot of areas of the game. Nketiah is looking bad, so we're going to do it. We're putting on Pele, who is just returned from an injury. We're hoping that we don't exacerbate anything. Mendez has been really not good, nor has Nets. So we'll put Vesteros on, and I think we'll put Radcliffe on for Mendez. And the last one to worry about is James. Do we want to do anything with him? Now that would be 4 substitutions, so we're probably not going to do anything more than that. And we'll start the second half here. So we're down 1-0 in this one. We have the talent, definitely, but I'm worried about the cohesion, and this seems to happen every single time we have a team like this. The big players end up sort of fighting with each other. And so we'll see what we can do to get things back on track. This is one forward here for Cristiano Ronaldo, and he has a good pass that unfortunately meets 2 defenders. There's another pass there to Cha, who almost scores again. Cha today getting his first real start for us. He has scored quite a few, though. I think he scored 3 goals for us in 2 substitute appearances. James looking for Cristiano Ronaldo, and that's almost a goal by him. So it remains 1-0 Juventus. There's that man again, Vlahovic, and he was offside. Rosetta throws over to Bonperti. We're going to have to get back onto this one. Nia does. He gets a head onto it, back to Yashin. We're running out of time. Vesteros over to Campagnaro. About 55 minutes into this match. James up to Chahid, over to Cha, Ronaldo. And he just loses the ball. I thought for a second there that a foul had been called, but I was wrong. And it's Yashin who grabs this one in the back. So we'll try it again. Pass over to Fagan Walcott. Walcott down to Vesteros. James. Runs up. Knocks us over to Ronaldo, and his header's too high. I think we've tried that one before. It didn't work last time, didn't work this time. So it remains 1-0 for Juventus. And, oh man, Yashin was out of position twice there, and they've won a corner. And then here's the assistant telling me it looks like they're trying to play from the back. Like, okay. As opposed to what? And how, why do you say that at that moment, right? It looks more to me like they're trying to play up at the front. Here's Fagan Walcott. Over to Chahid. Radcliffe now. Chahid over to Pele. James. Over to Nia, and can't quite get it to him. This is headed out of the danger area for the time being. And someone was offside there. I'm not sure who it was. It's kind of hard to see. Yashin knocks us over to Nia. Forward for Pele, who's behind the defense. And he tries to lob the keeper, and that looks like that was deflected at the very last second by the defender behind him. So Nia will take this corner. Looking for Ratcliffe, can't get it to him, but Shahid comes down with it over to James, who lofts the shot from nowhere. That goes nowhere. And it's still 1-0 lead for Juventus. We have passed the 60-minute mark. Nia has this. Now remember, we only have one substitution left, so our ability to change our fortunes is limited. Here's, though, is Ronaldo, and that wasn't much of a shot. He needed a better shot than that, definitely. Here's Pele with it. Passes back to Ronaldo. Shahid heads that, and it goes to nowhere. Campagnaro takes a shot, and that was very, very close. I tell you, Campagnaro is going to start scoring those before long. He's young. And he's good. Cristiano Ronaldo wins this back, and Pele knocks us out because Caligaris was injured. Now here's a throw from Nia over to Pele. Back to Nia. Campagnaro to Shahid. Campagnaro taken away. Shahid though with it. And that's a shot that is high and wide and nowhere near the goal. So we're still down 1-0. Ronaldo with a Fagan Walcott, and his header is just high. That bounces off the top of the net. And Pele getting in there, taking a shot first time. That didn't do much, but it's kind of nice to have Pele up front, isn't it? Vlahovic over to Locatelli, and they take a shot, and fortunately for us, that's nowhere close to the net. 73 minutes into this, Nia will have this over on the side. Up to Cristiano Ronaldo, back to Nia. Ronaldo dances with it, loses it, wins it back. Campagnaro now. Over to Ratcliffe. Forward for Cha, and it's just too high. Man, oh man. 15 more minutes left. They want me to put Galic on for Daniel James, and I think we will do that in a second here. I know that he's supporting Ronaldo in this rift that has come up in the squad, but I think we will probably do that here in a second unless our fortunes suddenly improve. Nia prevents that from being a corner, but they still have possession. Ratcliffe now over to Cha, and that will be a free kick for us. So now is the right time to make this change, and we will put Galic back on, and that will just basically give us another striker. He's playing, now the role he's playing in I think is a supporting one, so we'll see if he's actually able to do that. Vesteros over to Ronaldo, Ronaldo to Pele, and knock that forward, but not much happened. Nia tries to win that, and unfortunately is not able to. 1-0, we're still behind. Shahid with a two-footed tackle and doesn't get called for it. Ratcliffe back to Yashin. Yashin looking for Galic. Actually, it's Cha who winds up heading that one, and Cha was offside, and I mean, he's so fast that he came back onside to try to hit that one. So it's a little bit of an optical illusion. This would put Juventus above us in the table if it ends up like this. We could use another goal here. If this were a draw, it'd be nice. Fagan Walcott tries for it, and his header is just high. So a couple more minutes go by, and we are really running out of time. Fagan Walcott has conceded the corner. I would not expect this team to wind up drawing, but it looks like that's what's going to happen here. Ravella is going to take this corner. And it was Galic who got in the way of that. He does it on both offense and defense. He has been very, very quiet, though, and I think it's because he's upset about the cohesion. Pele wins it and then takes it out. That'll be a throw. Not sure what happened. It looks like he just lost control. So we have a couple more minutes here left in this match. And we're going to drop down, looks like, to 5th place unless there's a miracle and there's no time left. So we have lost this match, I'm sorry, to Juventus at home, 1-0. We have lost Messi to an injury, and we really are losing the cohesion that this team had, and we're going to see what we can do to get stuff turned around. Final score again, Juventus 1, Augsburg 0, and the frustration continues to mount. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.